Almost any truck will do a good job on level ground. Unless you live on the prairie, trucking life has plenty of ups and downs, and that's why we like to test drive our trucks on a combination of flat ground, an urban environment, and on a good hill. Jim Park here, freelance trucking journalist and test pilot extraordinaire, coming to you once again from Napa, California, about 50 miles north of San Francisco. In part 1 of the Cascadia 113 test drive, we ran the truck around our usual test loop between Yountville, California and the town of Napa for a taste of how well everything works in the city and on country roads. We begin in Yountville, travel about 5 miles south on Highway 29 into the town of Napa, where we run through town testing its urban character. Then we circle back to Yountville on Big Ranch Road to see how it performs on a narrow twisting road with a few gentle hills. From Yountville once again, we follow Highway 29 down past Napa over to Highway 12 and run that over to Interstate 80. Route 12 is a 4-lane highway in sections, but it's not quite an interstate, so it's quite similar to a lot of the roads a regional day cab like this one will see every day. Once we get to Interstate 80, we run west down the hill into the town of Vallejo, turn around at Tennessee Street, and head east again, back up the hill to Red Top Road. That loop gives us a few decent up and down grades to test the pulling power as well as the retarding power of the ISX12G and how well the Allison 4000 automatic transmission does in choosing its gears under demanding circumstances. My previous experience with Allison automatic transmissions led me to expect some high RPM shift points and big gaps between the gears. It's a 6-speed after all, not a 10-speed, and that means quite a broad sweep of the engine RPM range between the gears. But boy was I mistaken. The Allison 4000 did an amazing job of keeping the engine in its sweet spot and even let the engine drift down as low as 950 RPM on one pull. That's how it's going to get 700 miles out of a tank full of fuel. Okay, we're at the bottom. Just leveling off for this next little bit of pull, going into it at 55 in 6th gear at 1300 RPM. So now we're pulling. See how far up this hill we make it before we downshift. Okay, 1150, 1100, 46 miles per hour, 1100 RPM. Oh, might do it. 1000 RPM. We're still pulling at 1000. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, we're going to go over the top at 1000 RPM. $950, $975, 1000. We're coming back up again. Over the top of this one, 45 miles per hour, 1050 RPM. That is surprising. That is quite surprising. I thought this thing would be dropping a gear there for sure. Equally surprising was the way the Allison helped maximize the retarding power of the 12-liter ISX. I found on several occasions the transmission downshifted on hills to get the engine revs higher to maximize the retarding power. Okay, we just did a double downshift there. We come over the crest of the hill. We're heading down towards Red Top Road now. And it went from 6th to 5th and quickly from 5th to 4th. Get the engine RP up on this deceleration here. So we're coming down here, actually dropping speed, 55 at about 1550 RPM. .55 at 1800 RPM, 4th gear. So the Allison's helping the Cummins, the ISX there, to maximize the retarding power by keeping the engine RPM high. The powertrain on this truck is geared towards efficiency in a regional application. The Allison is in direct in 4th gear, giving the driver 4 gears to play within an urban setting for maximum efficiency, and 2 overdrive gears for the highway. At 65 miles per hour, it cruises at 1400 RPM in 6th gear. The diesel version of the ISX12 gives us an additional 25 horsepower and 200 pound-feet more torque, but in the vast majority of applications, the extra power won't be missed. The Allison's torque-multiplying characteristics will see to that. While the ride and comfort of the Cascadia can hardly be overstated, I will say that the 113 BBC model is every bit as quiet, smooth, and comfortable as its long-nosed over-the-road brother. It's supremely quiet in the cab thanks in large part to this natural gas engine. I think drivers will really want to drive these trucks, but fleets would be mistaken to simply throw the driver the keys and expect life to go on as usual. Natural gas engines are different from diesel engines, not better, not worse, just a bit different. To get the most from the speccing choice, drivers need to be made aware of those differences. What else is there to say but hammer down? Natural gas is here to stay, and the Cascadia 113 is a fine example of this emerging technology. And don't forget to check out our other videos about the natural gas-powered Cascadia 113, including a walk-around tour of the truck and a couple that explain the advantages of natural gas fuel and the differences between natural gas and diesel. Be sure to check them out on our YouTube page, Today's Trucking 1. For Today's Trucking's Ultimate Test Drive, I'm freelance trucking journalist Jim Park. Stay safe and keep your revs down.